Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading for 2018. I decided to do something a little different this time around. I'm using three different oracle card decks. So I pulled the main message for you right at the top there from the Soulful Woman guidance cards. I also picked out three from Doreen Virtue's Goddess Guidance Oracle deck and Healing with the Angels. So those are the last three at the bottom there. It's a bit of a girly kind of reading, but for the men listening out there, there's something in here for you too, because we all have both the masculine and feminine energies inside of us, and we embrace both in different times of our life for different situations, okay? So don't get discouraged when you click on the reading. And if you'd like a personal reading just like this one, just go down to my About Me section and you'll see the link to my Etsy page so you could get your very own goddess messages. So exactly like the one here. Okay, so let's get started here. So, all right, Virgo, you have Soul's Truth. That's going to be the main message for you this year. And this is saying, I listen to my soul's simple truths and allow my life to unfold naturally. So this year, Virgo, it won't be a year where it's rush, rush, go, go, go. It's actually going to be very meditative, very reflective for you, okay? For some of you, like I see very few taking charge, going after what it is that you want to do, something that's been on your mind for a while, that's been kind of in your head since the past. And I see you launching forward this year, especially in the beginning of the year. But, you know, you have a lot of reflection cards, and they're confirming that this reflection, you're really going to take the time to go inward and reassess your life this year, okay? And you have the study card that's popping out, even though that's at the bottom. But I'm not sensing for too many that this is like a going back to school kind of thing. It could be. You know, you could also be learning from books or doing some extra research on some project or some subject matter that you like. It could be regarding music. Some of you, it could even be regarding spirituality. So maybe studying up on anything that has to do with the healing arts, Reiki, crystals, astrology, numerology, or just personal growth, okay? So some of you could be going to the personal growth section or personal development in the library, okay? And with this, with the rainbow here, that's going to bring a lot of prosperity, a lot of blessings in your life. It almost like opening up a gateway for you into some totally new world. Okay, and it could be even someone that inspires you with just like a conversation you have, and it just opens up this whole new, it's like this revelation kind of thing. But I don't want to skip around to too many. That's all the way at the bottom there. I wanted to go from the beginning and it never happens. So let's go back to the top. So Soul's Truth. This is all about, you know, she has her eyes closed in this picture. And that's because she's not looking out. Okay, she's going within and she's getting in touch with her feelings, trying to see, you know, why is it that she feels a certain way to a situation? You know, and what is it that she could do to move forward on her path going next, okay? So some of you, I feel, could be in this limbo stage. It's like maybe you've left from one job, you're looking for another. It could be you're like, okay, well, that didn't work. You're reassessing things. You're doing a little bit of a life review. So you're saying, okay, so what kind of people do I want to work with or be surrounded with? This doesn't have to be for work. It could be just your friends in general. Especially if you feel there was like a lot of negativity and you're like, you know, why am I attracting this? Like, what can I do, or what am I doing that's attracting this? So there's going to be a bit of a shift inside of you, okay? And you're really going to notice how, you know, the whole effects of negative and positive energies out there, and you know how it affects you in your life. So this is a time to pause and take it easy, and even though if it might be a little bit uncomfortable, confusing, you're going to start laying the foundation, laying the groundwork for something better to come in the future. Okay. So this is not about, asking other people what to do, even though if you trust someone and you know they give good advice, definitely, okay, open up. But this is about not caring about conventional, standards of society, like conventional ways of doing things. This is all about what makes me happy and what will bring me joy, and even help my loved ones in the process as well. Because when you're happy, others gain strength from this happiness and they see you happy and they get inspired. Okay. If you're kind of moping around, a little complaining here and there, it makes people like kind of, okay, I'll just let that person be on their own. Like, I don't want to bother kind of thing. Okay. So it's not like they don't love you. It's just they withdraw because that anxiety or too much stress or negative thinking, it could kind of, scare people away sometimes. So that could apply for some, not all of you. But it is time to ask yourself, if you've been a little, in a complaining kind of state, you feel a little like negative, it's really a time to look within and say, I think my soul is trying to tell me something. So what are these messages? Like, why am I feeling like anger or resentment or, envy? It could be anything. Pay attention to those negative emotions because they're going to be your driving force to get what you do want. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for some of you, especially if you've been feeling in a little bit of a negative state. And underneath here, you have the Sekhmet. It's so hard for me to pronounce some of these goddess names, but this is an Egyptian goddess. She's great. Sometimes she appears with a lion's head. She's a ruler of lions. And she symbolizes strength. Okay, it's saying you're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So she's saying to, it's funny because I mentioned complaining. So she's saying, actually, when you complain, it creates more of a negative atmosphere for yourself and others. So she's saying, be careful how you speak. Like how the lion, it roars and it just goes with impulse and kind of just blurts out whatever it is that it wants. So this is kind of similar with you. It's saying, try to control those urges. Try to resist that temptation to just kind of, be complaining. And it's saying to be strong in that way and to focus on more, what you already have around you, the positive sides, and what you're grateful for in your life. And your mentality will take a shift, okay? That energy will shift. Because, and I said this for another sign, but actually I think it was for Leo. That's kind of funny. So maybe you and Leos are going through some similar thing. But every word has like a soul, right? So when you say it, it catches out there in spirit, and the energy bounces back. So if you've been a little complaining and start saying things like, why does this always happen to me? Why this? Oh, if I do that, well, that's just going to happen. Then it's like the universe giving you more of that, because it's like, okay, well, I guess that's all I'm hearing from you, so I'll just give you that. It doesn't know whether it's bad or good. It just gives you what it kind of picks up on from your whatever you say out loud and your thinking. So you just gotta be a little mindful of that part. So if you're like, why does this always happen to me? It could be replying back saying, why not, kind of thing. So instead, focus on better ways to bring more prosperity and abundance in your life. You could say things like, if it's for a partnership, what can I do to attract more love in my life? What are the steps I could take? Focus the question into a more positive question instead of, well, why does this always happen to me? Okay, so especially watching words like always, that's going to be a big one. All right, so let's see here. But overall, this is saying when you're strong and you're happy, other people gain from that. Okay, so and try to avoid even complainers around you. Okay, so don't engage in that, especially at work. If you feel people are like gossiping around and they try to pull you into it, be careful. Okay, so this is interesting here. And also for some of you, I'm getting to gain more confidence and strength. It's telling you to engage in weight training, or maybe signing up to the gym or exercising a little more. Something in regards to strength and, increasing your stamina or strength in some way. And that's going to make you feel better. It's going to make you think more clearly of what to do next, your next path. All right. This is a really strong message here. You have sacred space next to bodies of water. Okay. So Nemetona, she's great. She's a Celtic goddess. Actually, you have two Celtic goddesses. So one Egyptian, two Celtic. And this is saying here, I feel for some of you, you're thinking, or it's suggesting for you to go on some sort of retreat, to go away for a bit, to clear your mind and see what it is that you want. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to do this alone, like you don't want anybody around. And that's going to do you good, because I feel like you're going to see a different perspective. You'll talk to different people that maybe are of a like-minded nature with you. Okay, so you could even be going to maybe some retreat. Maybe you're planning it for the spring, summer, where there's something specific going on, like people around doing writing, creative writing, or it could be maybe music, because you have that under there. It could even be, learning how to heal your body and mind, something on the spiritual sense, because you have spirituality too right under. So that there's something there that's going to be, there's going to create a shift and higher consciousness to your spiritual growth. Okay. So it's there to help you grow. It's all about your personal growth here. So sacred space, it's a beautiful card. And if you've been having difficulty, it's also saying to pray. Take your time, and you could pray to God, you could pray to Creator, you could pray to someone that's passed in order to help you with some situation you've been struggling in. So this is saying that you need to create some sort of altar that's peaceful in your home, okay? Especially if you have like a chaotic atmosphere at home or in your work environment. Make sure you take that time to do a little bit feng shui, clear the environment. You could light candles, sage it out a little bit. So it could be in your office or home, and that's to bring in new energy. Okay. Sometimes even if you fill like a glass of water and put like a stone in there, it absorbs any negative energy coming in, so it doesn't spread around in your home or office. But this is sacred space. It's saying to find a place that you could really feel at peace in order to get in touch with your thoughts and your feelings. All right. Usually some people do it in their homes. I mean, you could have this space in your room as long as you feel, peaceful. You feel like when you walk in, you just feel like you could finally breathe. So pay attention to that. If you're going into your room and you're like stressed out, this isn't a good feeling. So you want to, tell yourself, like, how can I create more comfort around my living space, going into my own, because I mean, when you're out in the world, it's like you could feel with so many different energies, it could get like a little overwhelming and toxic. The only space you have is the space you create for yourself. It's in yourself, okay? That space where you feel cozy. When you're out there, you're exposed. Walking into your home, it should feel like, a breath of kind of fresh air, that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm finally could be who I am, to do what I always love to do. Okay, so you should be getting that sense of peace walking into your home, or really anywhere that you want to connect to. Some of you could even be going there with your mind, like doing meditations. So you could be picturing like your cottage or some place that you feel really connected, and you feel calm when you go in the summertime or something like that. But bodies of water is important, okay? Sulis, again, she controls healing bodies of water. So you're healing right now. It could be an emotional healing. Maybe some of you went through a breakup and you just want to get away to get a peace of mind. Maybe some of you feel really overwhelmed with your work and you've been a workaholic a little bit, and these are messages coming in to say, hey, listen, you need a bit of a break. You need some more time to spend with yourself and with your feelings, and just by doing like nothing for a little bit, just to see what inspiration and creativity comes in, okay, in order to move forward next with your plan. So in order to do that, to move forward, I feel like you really need to go through this stage first, this limbo kind of reflection period. So it's a little bit of a pause, I feel, this year for you. And a lot of people have been getting this, okay? Our world is totally coming to a shift. People are looking more into their career and life purpose. They want to work for something that means something to them. You know, they're tired of working towards other people's dreams. So there's a big shift in our work environments these days. And you're a part of that too, because you have such a pure and innocent energy. You love to help people. People really look up to you for your leadership and advice. So I do feel maybe a lot of you are thinking to go solo somewhere. All right. So this is saying, you know, spend time near water, such as a lake, river, if you can, or an ocean, to recharge your batteries. Because once you do that, you know, we're made up of water. By spending time near water, even if it's just taking a nice hot bath, this is going to help you go through a detox, okay? And that new energy of water will replace that old water inside of you. It'll just, the energies will just be pulled out, okay? And you'll be rejuvenated. You'll feel more at peace, more, you know, energized. With new energy, okay? Not even water, just being around nature. For some of you, you need to drink more water, because I feel like if you've been getting headaches and you're too anxious for something, you know, cut back on any caffeine, detox, any excess sugars. And this is saying to, you know, start living more of like a healthy lifestyle, bringing in more healing to your body so you could connect more with your mind and see what it is that your feelings and your mind and heart have been telling you. Okay. Some of you, you're really artistic. I feel maybe you're just going to take a break and focus on your artistic hobbies. You know, some of you play an instrument. You could sing. You could compose music. So how is music connecting to you in your life right now? Okay. Some of you might even be studying music or studying some sort of sounds or something that has to do with something similar to music that's connected to it in some way. Yeah, that's like really specific, so it doesn't have to be for all of you, but you know, doing something that you love and bringing out, you know, the old guitar since childhood, something that you've been doing as a hobby, this is doing you good. So it's telling you to, you know, do more, a little bit more of that, because it's going to bring you the healing that you seek, especially in terms of in heart matters. Okay. So pay attention to music that you listen to, even on the radio. If you're going in a shop, usually when there's a song that keeps playing over and over and you keep hearing it, you keep going everywhere and you're like, why do I keep hearing this song everywhere I go? That song has a message for you, okay? So make sure you're Googling the lyrics and you're seeing what it has to tell you. Or maybe it's a song you already know. So pay attention to that, okay? Because spirit guides communicate to us through music, all right? For a lot of you, you will be feeling, you know, music does symbolize harmony, okay? Synchronicity of events happening around you that'll connect you to people and places and situations that are in alignment to you. So you're kind of like going with the flow, just like a musical piece, how everything's like connected and it flows. So I'm seeing you the same, like a water going with the flow, and seeing that you're going to attract beautiful things on the way, and you're not afraid, okay? You're strong because you know the future is good, okay? You really believe that. So I feel like you're strong enough to believe in yourself and to give strength to others to move forward as well with whatever it is they want to do. So let's see here. Yeah, and you end the year with spiritual growth. So whatever it is that you're going through this year, this is going to help you. You're going to be on another level completely. Like you're going to look back on 2017 and, especially the beginning phases of 2018. And you're going to say, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be who I am right now to know what I know. Okay. So you'll understand, even no matter how challenging it was, no matter how hard, how much you wanted to give up, you'll be grateful that you didn't, and you kind of came through on the other side. Okay. So for a lot of you, I am seeing that you are coming out and you see the grass is greener on the other side. Okay. But there is a situation. I feel if you've been struggling, if you've been confused, this all has to do with your personal growth, and there's divine timing at hand. Okay. And you're going to see the blessings it has for you, a little bit later on in the year, I feel. So a lot of you could be getting in touch with your own spiritual growth. So subjects, again, like spirituality, you could be drawn to like this, like oracle reading, tarot, astrologers. And so maybe that's helping you as well on your personal growth. So you're going to be using a lot of that and really focusing on going within and seeing, the connection like with your inner being and what's going on around you and how that's being connected. How are you making it connect? How are you aligning yourself to things that you love, to people, to places, that where it all matches. Okay. And that's going to contribute to more of your happiness. So you're really paying attention to that, going within. For some, I feel there is like a karmic situation, like in a love relationship. This is the year I feel some of you, it's like end all be all. Like you're going to say, okay, it's either this or it's nothing. You're going to decide. Okay. So you're going to come out of that. So that's for some of you. That's what I'm feeling, especially if it's been toxic. You're going to say, all right, is it a yes or a no kind of thing? So this is interesting here. So yeah, everyone, I mean, take it easy. The main message here is don't rush your process. This is a part of your process. We're not all meant to have things go all the time. Just see 2018 as a bit of it's like a retrograde period for reflection. But instead of just like lasting for a month, it's for the year. Well, no, I don't want to scare you guys, but it's a pause and a limbo phase where you're trying to decide how to move forward next, and you really want to make sure that whatever you choose next, you'll be in alignment and it'll bring happiness to your life. Okay, so right now what you're going through, that is part of the journey, and that's part of your soul's journey to get to your soul's truth. Okay, so I wish you all the best. I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you for your monthly readings. Bye-bye.